Aemeath is a broken fusion DPS who has 4 ultimates, multiple fortes, 2 different playstyles, and can turn into a mecha. I will go over her kit, rotation, team synergies, weapons, and echoes. Aemeath can either stay in her normal state or in her mecha state. Using basic attack 2, 3, or 4 and following it up with a skill allows Aemeath to switch between the 2 states. To play her, her forte needs to be filled using intro, liberation, basic attacks, or skill. Once she has filled at least half of her forte bar, using basic attack 4 and skill will trigger her seraphic attacks. The seraphic attacks are her first 2 ultimates. The animation will change depending on which mode you trigger the seraphic attacks from. These 2 attacks provide resonance points, which are needed to activate her final nuke. Her liberation provides 1 resonance point and buffs the seraphic attacks. However, using liberation after her intro will provide 2 resonance points instead. With 4 resonance points, you have now satisfied one of the 2 conditions required to activate her final nuke. The second condition requires her to have a full forte bar again. Fortunately, using a heavy attack with all 4 resonance points instantly fills up Aemeath's forte. Her final nuke can now be used to deal massive damage. Aemeath has 2 different playstyles. She can either be played as a Toon Rupture DPS or as a Fusion Burst DPS. If you choose the Toon Rupture option from the character menu, then enemies will be inflicted with trail stacks every time someone on the team responds to Toon Rupture. These trail stacks will then be consumed to buff the additional toon damage dealt while using the seraphic attack. Similarly, going with the Fusion Burst option inflicts trail stacks whenever a team member applies Fusion Burst. Using a seraphic attack here will consume the trail stacks and trigger Fusion Burst. The buff to the Fusion Burst damage scales with the number of trail stacks consumed. Aemeath can apply Toon Rupture or Fusion Burst herself by using basic attacks, skill, and intro. She can also get up to a 60% crit damage buff when her teammates inflict either Toon Rupture or Fusion Burst. Using Liberation with a complete 60% crit damage buff will provide Aemeath with a 20% defense ignore as well. To better understand Aemeath, let's move on to her rotation. You will start with her intro and liberation to obtain 2 resonance points and buff the seraphic attacks. Now fill her forte bar and use the seraphic attack twice to get 2 more resonance points. Then use her heavy attack to instantly fill her forte bar and follow it up with liberation to use her final nuke. Now let's talk about Aemeath's teams. Her outro provides all damage amplification to all resonators in the team except for Aemeath. For her Toon Rupture team, her teammates will be Morny and Lene. Morny is a fusion support who can increase teammates' defense, provide healing, increase the build-up rate of the Toon meter, and give a 25% all-type damage amplification to the entire team. Since Aemeath mainly deals liberation damage, she can take full advantage of Lene's outro too. Aemeath's Rupture team is set. For her Fusion Burst team, Shisa will be the support. However, Aemeath needs a resonator capable of inflicting Fusion Burst. Although Aemeath can inflict Fusion Burst herself, she still needs a sub-DPS character that can help with stacking it. Aemeath also has decent synergy with Chongli, whose outro buffs both fusion and liberation damage. For her weapons, her signature provides a 24% crit rate main stat and increases all attribute damage bonus by 12%. Additionally, inflicting Toon Rupture or Fusion Burst would ignore defense and fusion resistance. Unfortunately, the only other 5-star alternative is the Emerald of Genesis. None of the other 5 stars pair well with Aemeath. However, she does have a lot of 4-star options available. Finally, we have Echoes. Aemeath will use this new Echo set that increases both crit rate and fusion damage. And here are the Echo stats she needs.